was trying to keep the up.
Hey everybody, I'm trying to make sure we live.
Wow.
I am Penda James, and I have with me today J. Robin Jones. If you if you saw my live yesterday, you saw how excited I was to receive all of her goodies. We just want to get into the conversation, and if people join, they'll join. If not, they'll watch the replay. That's fine with me because we have somewhere to be at 7:00. We do have somebody that's watching us, so I hope you'll leave a comment so we know who you are. All right. My first question for you. How does it feel to be a published author?
Oh, it's still unreal. It's still a little unreal, but it's an energetic feeling. It's a renewed feeling. It's given me a new drive, a new purpose. So it was a good thing for me to do. Yeah.
Did you ever imagine yourself being an author?
No.
No.
You already know that. I'm drinking. This is water, everybody.
I got water in my cup.
Absolutely not. Oh, am I supposed to do that?
It's the light. It helps the camera to focus on it. I learned that. I watch a lot of podcasts lately.
So, yeah, no.
What was fun? I want to know what was fun about writing your book. I think we seriously started about 2 months ago. Wouldn't you say?
About I think it was like May, and you were like, you got 30 days. So get it done.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's about 2 months, maybe a little bit over. What was fun? Working with you. Working with you was fun. Because our relationship is different, and so this was a different level for our relationship, and it was easy. You said yesterday all the fighting. I was like, we were fighting? I don't remember.
Yeah, we fought because I'll be like, you need to write, and you're like, I don't want to. Mm-hmm. It's that kind of that kind of fighting.
Yeah.
So I didn't talk about how, like I said this in an earlier post, but you met me. I was new to Pittsburgh, new in Delta. Church was over. I had this little tiny elephant, and you're like, "Oh, I like your elephant," and I'm all like, "I just crossed." Yeah. If anybody knows you, they know, how special the sorority is to you. What is, you've been in probably half your life.
25
life. Yep. 25 years. So it's amazing to know that little connection brought us together. And now I'm watching you. I honestly can say that on Saturday, I was like, I'm not doing enough. Mm-hmm. Like for me, like I watched you and I'm sitting here at my computer, I'm crying, not because, I was sad, like you said in your book launch, like I'm not crying tears of sadness. I'm grateful. And that's how I felt. Like I've been with you when it was dark.
Mm-hmm.
I've been with you when it was hard, and I've cried with you. We've laughed together. And so there were times where I'd be like, you need to ask for help. And you're like, I don't have nobody to ask for help. I don't have nobody. And when I saw how the village literally stood up and stood in front of you, and not only did they stand in front of you, they stood beside you, they stood behind you, they pushed you forward, and we all celebrated.
Yeah.
On Saturday, like we all felt like we did it.
Yeah.
And so after it was over, I said to myself, like, I need to do more. I need to be more confident to tell my own story and to share my own stuff. And you did that for me.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I think the good thing about having people around you, the right set of people around you, is that they don't let you stay stagnant, and they push you. So you push me to write, and other people. And, Tanya today was like, okay, let's get this life coach thing together. Like, I got space, So it's good to have people that see my worth and see my value and see the potential that I didn't even see in myself for so long. And they're like, okay, girl, let's keep pushing. So I have an awesome circle of people in my life right now.
Because this is not it. Like, this is not it. This is one book, but this opens up a whole layer of the next part of the woman that you have become.
Mm-hmm.
So that leads me to my next question, which I think is kind of a fun question, is if there was a movie entitled Life Lessons, Journey to My Dopeness, who would play you?
Who would I want to play me?
Yep.
Jill Scott.
Really? Tell me more.
I love Jill Scott. I think that there's a lot of, I feel like I take on her aura sometimes, especially when I'm listening to her music. And she's from Philly, she's a hometown girl. But I love her. I love her spirit. I love that she's open about the things that she's been through and how she's overcome them, even though she expresses herself through music. I just think that that would be the best person I could think of.
I think it's doable. You in Philly, somebody knows her.
Yeah, I hope so.
I mean, we already have the book, so we just need to start working on the script.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Make it happen.
Okay, so our friend Lady Janie. She asked a question, and her question basically was, I'm just writing one-liners. So what would you say to her to help her turn those one-liners into paragraphs and eventually into a book?
Keep at it. One of the things you said too that I used to do was talk on my phone. So I would leave myself messages when I didn't feel like writing, but I wanted to express what I was feeling. So I would record it and then I would write it. So I think that's a good way to do it. And it turns that one-liner into a paragraph, because now you're really freely expressing yourself by just leaving, vocalizing it. Definitely keep a journal. Here's one of mine.
Oh, I love it.
And, I just jot down things or, I do that too. So it's a good way to start, Janie. But I think that, you should try recording your voice and then maybe go back and reflect on what was this one-liner meaning for you. Because, you might feel like that in a moment. Then the next day go and visit it. Okay, well, what made me feel like that? And then write about that.
Look at you giving writing advice.
Is that what I'm doing?
Yes, that is exactly
Janie. Because Jamie would bother me if I don't. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think when you decided that you were ready, you showed up like no holds barred, ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And it took you a long time to get to that place. How do you think that you got there? Like, what was the moment that you were like, I'm gonna do this?
Well, like I said on Saturday, I was stuck in a pandemic, and one day was turning into the next, and I was like, okay. When they say when you can't sleep, God is trying to get you to do something or bring to your attention, and so I had kind of gotten comfortable just writing my blog and letting that be it, and just kind of falling back from it. But I knew that there was more that I wanted to get out of. So one night I just couldn't sleep, and I stayed up all night long, and I revisited it, and I said, okay, now it's time. But it was still not time for the content that I had at the time. It was time for me to release it. But now I needed to kind of go through it. And that's, when we started working together so that I could really kind of pull together what I needed to do. And, I like one of the things you said was make sure I have other people to look at it and check me on something. Because I was really trying to make sure I was clear that this was about me. This was about my story and my journey to healing and not about anything else that I was connected to. Just about me. So it was not being able to sleep and wanting something for myself. Like, I just was feeling like there's more in me. There's more in me. There's more to me. I have something more to offer. then what I'm doing with work and what I'm doing with my organization, I'm kind of getting stuck just doing for everybody. So what's going to be for me? And this was the opportunity to do something for me.
I'm laughing at Jamie. She made a comment.
Uh,
I think that it's important to recognize that not only were you doing this in the midst of the pandemic, you had a whole life transformation.
mm-hmm.
You want to talk about that? Your sister locks?
Yeah. So if you would have asked me even in the beginning in March when everything shut down, when I cut my hair, I'd have been like, no. I had my locks for almost 8 years, a couple weeks shy of 8 years. And I started them after my divorce. So my divorce was finalized in July of 2012. And then I started them in August. And so they grew with me and they changed with me. And my loctician became like my friend. When you're spending hours in the shop, you spend time together. And I was traveling all the way from Pittsburgh to Philadelphia to get my hair done. So that must mean that, we had a relationship. And I just, my hair changed. They said it's a journey. It was changing, it didn't look the same to me anymore. It didn't bring me the same feeling anymore. And then my loctician was going to retire in September. And that made me have to start thinking, what do I want to do? Do I want a new person in my hair and in my being, in my energy, or do I want something new? And then she cut hers and I was like, and then I kind of looked at it. It was like, okay, 7 years, 8 years is new beginnings and you're starting this new journey. So start with something fresh. And so that's kind of what did it for me. I was like, okay, this was all signs that, my loctician is going, all these other things. It was like, okay, this is time for new beginnings. And so I cut it, and it's still kind of strange when I go in the bathroom and look and there's no lock here, but.
Yes. Can you, so we just jumped right into conversation, but can you tell the viewers and the replay viewers about your book, just in a couple sentences, let them know about it, what's it about, and where they can buy it.
Life Lessons, Journey to My Dopeness is a book about the trauma, abuse, and some of the relationship issues that I had that I've overcome over the years. And it is, it has some of my blog entries. My blog is Life Lessons by Jay on blogger.com. And it has some poems, couple, not a lot. I love writing poetry. And it gives reflection questions after the end, which I think is very important for people to be able to read a chapter and then do the reflections, because it takes you out of the story and makes you do some work, make you focus on you. You can purchase it on Amazon.com or inbox me. You can reach me on my author's page, J. Robin Jones author page. I do have copies here that I will sign and send, or you can go through Amazon.com and get it as well. But yeah, that's it. So the book it's my story, briefly. Again, I said before, I didn't want to tell everything because everything isn't for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It was just enough for me to be able to connect with people who I knew have been in some of these situations. I wanted to be able to connect with people. And I believe that that's what it's starting to do. Me talking with people, I realized that, people saying, I had someone today that's been married for a very long time. And she called me today. She's been married close to 50 years.
Wow.
And she was like, I still see some things in the past, from just even past relationships, that I didn't kind of see as red flags or whatever. So for someone who's been married so long to kind of see some things, or someone older, to say, I can see myself in this, that's what I was trying to accomplish. Just to have, like I said, a sister moment with another female that is not with me, but she can identify with some of the things I went through.
You did accomplish that. And I think because you owned your truth, you gave permission to other people to own theirs, your daughters, which is your legacy. Like, they've been, one of the things you said on Saturdays, like, I wasn't a good mom because I wasn't good. I wasn't in a good place, but now that you've owned your truth and you've massaged that and turned it into lessons, now your babies have a new example in their mom, which I think is so amazing for so many people to see. Like, yes, we fall down, yes, we make mistakes, yes, we make wrong turns, but we serve a God who is able to redeem us. You've been redeemed. I'm looking at you with this shine. I'm like, look at
Yeah, I was thinking I was a little shiny, but
yes, yes. Is there anything else you want to say to the people? I do want to give a little bit of time for you to breathe before you go to your next interview. We can always continue later. But is there anything else you want to say to the people? Why don't you tell them about, I'm your scribe coach. So tell them what that means.
So, like you said yesterday, some people give you a book to edit. Some people give you, the layout. You literally helped me. You were like my doula, like you said. You helped me birth this book. We know how many versions we had. We know how many names the book had. You know what I mean? So it went from Cons to Phoenix to it's like, I think it should be this, and that's what like going through being pregnant is. You have different months and different stages that mean different things, and then it's time to birth and it's time to push. And God knows I have three. One was 10 pounds naturally, so I know the pain of labor. But that was so excellent yesterday when you said that, like, you're a doula. Absolutely. I would not have been able to do this without you. I have no idea, because I didn't profess to be a writer. I just wrote,
Mm-hmm.
I would not have known what to do with the layout or do any of those kinds of things if it wasn't for you. So, the book is written by me, but it is our baby. We had a baby together.
Yes. Yes. Well, I love you so much. And tell the people how they can go and watch your next interview on IG.
So if you're on Instagram and if you're not following Women of Art DC, follow them now. We'll be going live at 7:00. So it's Women of Art DC, and we'll be live at 7:00. I'm looking forward to all of the questions she sent me. So it'll be very interesting.
You're all warmed up now. You'll be fine.
And yeah, I even had to lock Coco up, put her in a room so I could have a minute. So she's gonna be mad at me, but
she's gonna be mad. And that's her puppy, y'all.
That's my puppy. He's like always around me, so I had to put her away. But I'm ready, thanks to you. I'm ready for, I needed to kind of just say hi to everybody on Facebook because I haven't had a chance to.
Oh yeah, you've been, underwater working, so now you can breathe a little bit. And I still would say you still have a team of people who want to help you. Yeah. And so let's go. Come on, ma'am, let's go.
Again, my author's page is J. Robin Jones. The author page on Facebook. Follow me on that. You can like that page and inbox me there if you have any questions, any comments about the book. If you want to purchase the book, you can get it from Amazon, or you can reach me on my author's page as well.
And if you want to host a readers group or have a virtual discussion with her, Jay is open to that. She's open to it and wants to have conversations, which she didn't know that this was going to be part of her ministry, but it has become a big part of who she is now. So thank y'all for joining us. And Jay, go breathe, drink some water before you got to get ready for your next
water. I had to prove on Saturday I'm not drinking. I don't know if you say it's water. It's mojito, water. So.
It's okay. I told everybody I was gonna put some fake wine in my.
I told you had to put water in it at least so we can look.
I did put some water in it, so we're gonna toast.
To you, Splash.
To you, my Splash too. I love you more.
I love you.
Bye, y'all. See you soon.
All right. Bye, everybody.